Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing sort of a throwback review in today's Q&A. In this one, I thought it'd be a good idea for us to take a look back at The Walking Dead issue 100, which is, I think it's the biggest selling Walking Dead issue of all time, probably over time that and issue number 1, for obvious reasons. So we're going to be taking a look back at it, in particular because the Season 6 finale is going to be adapted or based off of this. Let's have a look back at this and give our thoughts on this at current date and time. So here I have issue 100. Yes, this was the first printing, first release. It's incredible. I've got a couple of different. I've got the McFarlane variant, Todd McFarlane, where it's got like a grave, and it says and Rick. It's got like Laurie's grave, and then Rick's there, and he's a zombie. He's got a gun pointed at his own head. It's a pretty cool cover too. I'm not sure where I put that one though. I gotta find it, but I do have it somewhere. So here it is, man. The infamous issue 100. This should be the season 6 finale adapted from this original issue. So this is for sure one of the biggest issues of a comic book series I have ever read. This one is in the top 5 for sure of the most shocking comic book issues, single issues ever, along with issue, I believe it's 48, maybe 49, I think it's 48, where the governor attacks the prison in the comic book series version and kills like Herschel, kills Laurie, kills Judith, and destroys the prison. And it's that one, I think it will be tough to beat ever, because of course at the beginning of the series we didn't know, like when I was reading the comic book series at first, I thought Laurie might be in it all the way through. Like I thought that you have Rick, you have his family, and that they may never get killed off. They may always survive, but all the surrounding characters would get killed off. Not the case with The Walking Dead. Clearly not. And we'll see in the season 6 finale which of our A-listers is going to be killed off as well too, in similar fashion. So spoiler warning if you haven't read issue 100 yet and you intend to and you haven't done it yet. This one's crazy. So let's start with the cover. So the cover, of course, you got Rick, and this is a pretty amazing cover by Charlie Adler. This is the official cover, so it's not a variant or anything. And you've got all of the characters, even more than the ones that have been, like everybody just dead. Even the ones that, like even some of them still alive. Like you've got Andrea at the front here. I believe it's Andrea, unless it's Amy. I mean, I guess it could be. They look so similar according to his artwork. Even he didn't draw them because it was Tony Moore at the beginning. You've got Tyrese, and you've got Jim, and you've got just so many of the characters. There's Douglas right there, and just bodies all the way through on the back. You've got the governor. You've got Laurie. You've got Shane. You've got, Axel and just Thomas and just all these different, Martinez and everybody, characters from the series just drawn in here in this just pile of bodies as Rick is kind of standing there in the background. So I think the cover to start with is amazing. And then, we get into the issue. So this is definitely one of the best, probably put it at number 2 most shocking ever. And what happens in this issue is pretty much the infamous Negan scene. So this is the part where you've got Rick in the group, and upon first reading, we really don't know. TV series is different because if you've read the comic series, you kind of know what they're getting into. In the comic series, when I first read this, and I did a review of this when it was first released in the channel because I was doing reviews of the individual Walking Dead issues at that time, we really didn't know what we were getting into. We figured Rick's group is pretty tough. They've been through a lot of stuff, and that it would take a lot for somebody to beat them. And they figure they can take on these saviors. They figure they can take them on, and they're not really afraid of them. Ergo, the title of the trade or this story arc, which is Something to Fear. And people have pointed out to me that in a lot of guides for TV, they send me some links where I could actually go through the guide and see the listing for next Sunday. The finale episode, season 6, is listed as Something to Fear. So there's something right there. Last Day on Earth, I guess, was in the wiki, but maybe that's not the official title. Maybe the official title is what we originally thought it was from comicbook.com, which is Something to Fear. So we'll find out soon enough, but it seems like likely that's the case, that it is going to be called Something to Fear. And pretty surprising that the person who is initially first kind of captured or is on watch is actually Rick. So you've got them, they're kind of out and about in the zombie apocalypse world as usual, traveling. And you've got Rick here, and he's just kind of watching. He's on guard, so to speak. He's keeping watch, and he's getting tired and that kind of deal. And then from behind, you can see kind of a noose that comes up on the end of a pole, a pole type deal. And he gets dragged down. Now, in the comic book series version, he's dragged by the guy who was on the motorcycles in the TV series that Daryl blew up with the rocket launcher. So he would still be alive in the comic book series, and he's actually the one to capture Rick, because Rick tells him to go back and tell Negan basically that they're not gonna pay, or this kind of deal. They're gonna have some trouble. So he grabs Rick and he drags him down, and he tells Mike apparently to go get Negan. And so then we see where Something to Fear really kicks in. Spoiler warning for kind of both if you don't want to know. You see, we've got our group here at the front of our survivors that are out and about in the RV, and then you just got people piling out, the Saviors piling out. Definitely a scary scene, because this is one of the first times where we see Rick's group facing an enemy that they really have no chance of beating. Like one of the guys says from the Saviors, you might be able to kill a few of us, but I wouldn't, because there's only a few members of the survivors, and yet there's just a mass truckload of manpower. From the Saviors. You got guys with butcher knives, you got guys with crowbars, you got guys with axes, you got guys with chainsaws, you got guys with sledgehammers. Oh my God, just ready to go. So even if Michonne could kill a few of them, chainsaw against against her sword, I don't know how this would all go. Maybe the chainsaw would get spun up on it, but sledgehammer, crowbar, oh my goodness, craziness. And they do have some firearms too mixed in. Then we see Negan with the bat come out. And at this time, we didn't really know, okay, so all these guys got sledgehammers, this guy's got chainsaw, that scares me even more, but then this guy with a bat. So who is this guy? His opening line is, we pissing our pants yet? Oh boy, do I have a feeling we're getting close. It's going to be pee-pee pants city here real soon. Which one of you pricks is the leader? And then the guy from the motorcycle says, it's this guy. He's the guy. And then there's the line about Negan, or about Rick killing his men, and how not effing cool it is. And he tells Rick to not mess, whatever you do, don't mess with the New World Order. I think it's funny. It reminds me of like wrestling or something, like WCW or something. Or maybe Illuminati stuff. I don't know, conspiracy theory stuff. And so, Negan lets him know, you got to understand, man, you're going to have to get punished for what you did. And those are the rules. That's how it goes. And it's what it is. You got to fall in line, man, or we're just gonna kill you all, right? And for that, you got to effing pay. And then he introduces Lucille. So I'm now going to beat the holy effing out of you with my bat. He swears a tremendous amount. If you're new to the channel, you should already know all this anyway. So, who I call Lucille. Lucille has barbed wire wrapped around the end of her. It's effing awesome. So it's really just a matter of picking which one of you gets the honor. And then you've got, Maggie, and she's taking on Sophia, right? Yes. See, I'm thinking back now. And the two versions sometimes mess me up between the TV series and the comic book series. And she starts crying, and then Negan points out, well, that's just precious. My little heart is breaking. A mother and her child, especially when the mother is way too hot to have a child that old. No way I could kill you. So he's like picking. You've got Carl, and Carl's looking at him like he wants to bite his face off. And what's the story on the future serial killer? Shit F kid, lighten up. At least cry a little. I can't kill you before your story ends. Too effing interesting. And I love that line. He's just like, because Negan and Carl have a very strange relationship. It's like Negan respects him. Maybe he sees a little of himself in Carl, but maybe too much to the point where it even scares him, which is funny. So even Carl even scares Negan because he has no idea what he's going to become, and he can't. It's too interesting. He can't not listen, right? And then he sees Glenn and he says, "I'd be a racist, so you're off limits," right? And then same race card for Heath. Michonne, list of things he'd want to do to her, but that killing him is on the bottom of the list, but it's still on it. And you, how stupid do you think I am? He goes to Rick. You're practically invincible. You're missing a hand for F's sake, because in the comic series, Rick's missing a hand. And you're the leader? What have these people seen you live through? I bet they effing worship you. I'm not going to turn you into a martyr. So if he kills Rick, he knows the group will never, ever pay to him, will always try to kill him and even sacrifice themselves. I simply cannot effing decide. I got an idea. So then he plays Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo. And eventually he goes to Glenn. And at this time, when I first read this, I was like, "There's no, he's not going to do it. He's gonna cancel or something." But then this is issue 100, and so they bring him up. They put him down. Rick gets pissed off, but Negan reminds him, "You have 50 men surrounding you, 50, and sit down or you all die right now." And then Glenn says, "Please don't." And oh my God, this is some of the graphic for you younger viewers, man. This is some of the craziest shit. This is some of the most brutal shit I've ever seen in my life. So to see this adapted in the TV series is going to be fucking crazy, man. I mean, so the first hit caves in his skull right here, caves it in, and his eye, the pressure from it, his eyeball starts coming out, and then everybody's shock faced and reacting. Maggie can't look. Sophia's losing her mind. She's crying. Maggie's crying. Then Glenn calls out to Maggie as his head is kind of half cracked in, and then he, oh man, you've got this part here where he just he just finishes him off, basically puts him out of his misery, and I don't even want. I'm still so uncomfortable seeing this part. To see this in the TV series is going to be brutal. But Glenn's head is basically smashed, and the eyeball's out, and it's just all over the place. Whew. And then Negan's like, "What was that? Was that a bad joke?" And Rick says, "I'm going to kill you. Not today, not tomorrow, but I will kill you." And then Negan says, "No, you won't." And we go through the rest of it, and Negan says, "Okay, so I think you've learned your lesson, and you're entering in a whole new world. It didn't have to be such a painful birth. You made it that way. I just hope for your effing sake, you finally realized how things work and where you stand in all this. Things have changed, Rick. Whatever you do or whatever you had going for you, that's over. You answer to me. You provide for me. You belong to me. Welcome to a brand new beginning, you sorry Fs. We'll come for you first offering in 1 week. Until then, ta-ta." And he walks away, and they're left with the body and them all around. So, definitely a mixed emotions type of issue. Obviously sad, to see that happen to Glenn. Brutal introduction for Negan. I mean, just absolutely. Kirkman likes to start off his villains, at least the Governor and Negan, with and also Alpha 2 with a big, you're going to pay attention to me type deal. He makes shit happen, so he has them either cut someone's hand off, or kill somebody, or kill a dozen people, and put their heads on spears. Yeah, man, he's he's kind of. I think Kirkman's got a little sadism in him. I think he's a little sadistic. He likes to hurt his readers, which at certain times, which makes it so exciting. Which makes it a weird relationship between viewer, reader, and producer, right? From his perspective, he likes to just. I'm sure he probably jokes about it. Says, "Yeah, I just like to torture people through the stuff I read, and they keep coming back to it. It's just like a bad relationship or something. I don't know." So. Oh man, issue 100, dude. Crazy issue. Thought it'd be good for us to revisit it and give my thoughts. I mean, how could you not give it like a 10 out of 10? It's like a perfect issue for a 100. I'm excited to see what they're going to do for 200 because 150 wasn't that crazy, but 200 should be. So, man, Walking Dead comic book series, this is where it all started. Some people ask me, I still get questions sometimes. Should I check it out? Should I read it? I say yes because it's different from the TV series, so you're going to get something different from both. But, definitely moments like this. I remember reading this upon first release and doing a review online. There wasn't hardly anybody there to even watch the review. But I just love the series so much. I just love to do it. So issue 100, man. Crazy issue. Can't wait to see the finale and how they adapt it. And, how it's going to be changed with, of course, Jeffrey D. Morgan playing Negan. So there's my throwback review to issue 100, guys. Keep sending me your questions for Q&A. I'll have another Q&A for you probably today or definitely tomorrow before episode 15. Crazy stuff. Can't wait to see it, man. It's going to be nuts. So that's it for this one, guys. Rich, comments below on what you thought of issue 100. If you read it originally, how you felt when you first read it before, of course, really knowing who we were getting into, or maybe if this is your first experience of it. What do you think about it? Pretty crazy to see Glenn's brain matter like that. It's pretty crazy, man. So write your comments below, guys. Let me know what you think. If you like this video, please, thumb it up. I appreciate you guys thumbing it up. Share, favorite. If you're new, you want to subscribe, go ahead and subscribe at the bottom left if you want more info on Dead, or if you just want to join the fun, talk with us and everything on almost a daily basis. That's it for this one today. I'll see you guys again real soon. As always, it's Trev saying peace. See you guys.